Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jaden2602 here. I've not said that in a while. I kind of hate saying the 2602 part, but anyways, that doesn't matter. Let's talk about Sonic Forces. Now, this is not a review. This is just a first impressions and my overall general opinion on the game. There will be a full review coming, an in-depth review talking about specifically what makes this game what it is and what I like and what I don't like and what I recommend it. But anyways, we're just gonna talk about my first impressions. No spoilers, nothing like that. There's not much to spoil because the trailer's shown most of the game. Oops, but that was a joke. Don't hurt me. But anyways, so let's get into my impressions. So first off, I gotta say, when it comes down to modern Sonic, I think it's decently fun. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I feel modern Sonic in this game was maybe a little too stiff, and he could be a little loosened up a little bit, but it's like the how stiff he is matches the level design, and the level design is fairly linear. I hate that word because it's so annoying the way people use the word, but when I mean linear, like it's linear. Not in the way of it's just a straight line. Oh, I mean, technically you are going pretty much in a straight line. You're going in a straight line, but with different spectacle around you. And sometimes in certain levels, they actually do change it up, and it's not linear, or as linear as, you know, as it usually is. And it actually is like, wow, this is really cool. But the problem is the stages are way too short for Sonic Forces. I will say this, the stages are too short. It's like when these linear levels start to open up, they end like soon after. You're like, oh, this is cool. I remember on one stage, it was a specific stage. I'm not going to say the name because spoilers. It was so cool. I'm not going to describe it either because I know that's technically still a spoiler, but you know, it was so fun and there was so much going on. But as the stage starts to open up, boom, it's over. And it's like, really? And it's like, that really kind of put it down a little bit for me. Now let's talk about Classic Sonic. Nothing here from Classic Sonic was good, at least in my opinion. You gotta remember, this is my opinion. You can have your own opinion. Play the game for yourself. I honestly suggest it so you can build your own opinion, because just, you know, seeing other people playing it isn't enough. You gotta actually play this for yourself. But Classic Sonic was extremely unnecessary. He is the weakest part of the game only because his level design is very meh, and it doesn't match the classic Sonic that we know and that we've played for years. And I know a lot of people use the argument of we've gotten Mania, why couldn't they just match that? Well, I will say this game has been in development before Mania. They've probably been planning this before this. It's like this has already been in effect. It's not like Mania, just because Mania came out before Forces doesn't mean it was being made before Forces. So, and it's also a different team of people. So I will pass it for that. I'm not going to compare it to Mania and be like, oh, this needs to be like Mania, and why wasn't this more like Mania? But this game is being made first. In that regard, I'm gonna pass it, but I'm not gonna pass it in the regard of it was not fun. Playing Classic Sonic was not fun. Honestly, the only fun level I guess you could say I had fun with was probably Casino Forest. It's not even really like a spoiler because we've seen Casino Forest. That's probably the funnest level, and that is not saying much at all for Classic Sonic. I feel like if he wasn't there, we could have had a total of, say, like 15 modern Sonic stages and 15 custom hero stages, or even change it up a little bit. You could do like 10 modern Sonic stages and then 10 custom hero stages and maybe like 10 tag team stages or something like that, because you'll be able to flesh out them more. But honestly, I think the longest level in this game was like 3 minutes. I think that's the longest time I think I've ever had in a stage. Especially if you played a Sonic game and you're good at them, you can get through stages maybe in 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. The stage length really affects the game. More importantly though, classic Sonic, he just, honestly, it just notches down the game. There's always some type of gimmick in boost games that kind of notch down the game for me. For like the Werehog, Lost World, well, Lost World's not a boost game, but let's just say Sonic games in recent years, there's always some kind of gimmick. Lost World, you have a whole new type of gameplay style, and the whole cylinder level design and the parkour and all that. Like, it didn't work well because of the level design. There's always some type of gimmick that they're doing. In this case, Classic Sonic is the gimmick. It worked in Generations. It's not really working out here. But anyways, let's move on from Classic Sonic. Let's talk about the custom hero. The custom hero is the best part of the game to me. I have the most fun probably with the custom hero, because the custom hero can go on multiple paths depending on the Wispawn, or do different things depending on the Wispawn. So it kind of makes me want to go back and go play these stages again with the custom hero. Now the custom hero doesn't have the boost like modern Sonic, but I still personally found it to be fun, or just as fun, because the custom hero isn't as stiff as modern Sonic, I guess you could say, and there's a little more free movement around. And honestly, the custom hero is a ton of fun. Modern Sonic was a ton of fun too. They were about 7 stages, I believe, in Modern Sonic. I believe so. I can't remember. I honestly don't remember how many stages each character has in total. But most of the Modern Sonic stages were alright. They weren't bad. They weren't bad at all. I think the very last Modern Sonic stage and the one before that were the 2 best in the game. There's about like 4 really good stages in total that I can think of off the top of my head. I thought they were really good stages. They weren't bad. They're not, you know, actually one of them was really good, but they were short. Every stage in the game is short. They're just kind of, that's like the short end of the stick for this game, is literally the stage length. And for me, this kind of hurts the game. So on top of that, let's talk about the negative. What hurts the game. I'll talk about what brings up the game. So what I think hurts the game is Classic Sonic and the stage length. And for what brings up the game for me is a custom hero, and then Modern Sonic, and then gameplay out of the way. Music is great. Story was pretty good. I haven't really talked about story because I don't want to get into spoilers. We'll go in depth in the actual review. But story, it was interesting. It was interesting. There was a few plot holes. The only thing I didn't like about the story is the pacing and the way they organized the cutscenes. Like, it kind of felt a little weird. Other than that, it was okay. And I guess I'll talk about the DLC episode Shadow. Shadow controls better than Modern Sonic. I don't know why, but to me personally, it feels like Shadow controls better than Modern Sonic. And honestly, episode Shadow, despite the weird and blocky level design, it was still fun. It's weird. I was like, I've been looking at that Shadow gameplay and I was like, oh, this looks so awful, but I still had fun. It was weird. It was pretty bad level design, but I just had fun. I think that's all that mattered for that. But anyways, those are my first impressions of Sonic Forces. I guess on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd have to give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, the stage length hurt it, the the linear design of the stages, and and Classic Sonic. So those are my first impressions, pretty much fresh off the top of my mind. This is not a full review. I'll go in depth in a full review pretty soon, so stay tuned for that.